Hello and welcome back to Rock Up Racing. We're doing something a little bit different in this video. Think of it as what's happened so far. We've had so many new subscribers, which is fantastic, and so many questions about our cars, and we thought it would be best to give you a short backstory and an update on what's happening with them at the moment. So kick back, relax, and let's get to it.
Welcome to Rock Up Racing.
Jura, Rock Up Racing's pride and joy, was a remarkable barn find discovered after being stored away for several years. This space frame race car, adorned with a stunning Ferrari Dino body, is an out-and-out race car with its 2-liter Duratec engine and a suspension setup borrowed from a Lotus Elise. Designed meticulously from the ground up by Rock Up Racing's very own Robert, a seasoned racing driver, every inch of Jura has been built with racing in mind. The last outing for Jura was at Snetterton towards the end of 2023. This session was critical for the team as it provided a baseline to assess Jura's capabilities. Throughout the day, Jura ran impressively, offering Charlie some invaluable seat time. However, the session did reveal some areas that needed attention. The starter motor gave up midway, requiring the team to resort to bump starting. Additionally, the fiberglass doors presented an unexpected issue, unlatching themselves and swinging open when taking corners at high speed. By the end of the day, the brake pads were nearly worn out, highlighting the need for better durability. Despite these challenges, the Snetterton session was a significant step forward. It allowed the team to identify and address key issues before Jura's next race. The plan now is to get Jura over to Coastal Motorsport, the team's trusted garage in North Walsham. Tom, the team's skilled mechanic, will be taking the lead on the upgrades. He will install a new starter motor, fit more durable brake pads, and secure the doors with new pins to ensure they stay shut during high-speed maneuvers. With these improvements, the team aims to have Jura back on the track by mid to late summer. The goal is not just to fix the issues, but to enhance Jura's overall performance, making it more reliable and competitive for future races. Those of you who have been following the Rock Up Racing team for a while will remember this car, the Porsche 944 S2 with its 3-liter 4-valve engine. Fully race-prepared, this car has been with the team since the early 2000s. It was Robert's starter car, where he learned the ropes on the circuit and raced for several years. Eventually, he began teaching Charlie the skills he had honed. In the summer of 2022, Charlie had his first race in the 944. Sharing the drive with Robert in the Calm All Porsche Trophy at Snetterton. The car was running exceptionally well, and the team was in P3 when they did the driver change. Robert got in and was flying. pushing the team into P2 until the car suddenly began to misfire. Despite replacing numerous components, the team couldn't resolve the misfiring issue. With Coastal Motorsport yet to be even dreamed up, the car went to a Porsche specialist. There, the ECU was found to have multiple issues. It received a whole new loom and ECU before coming back to the team. By then, Coastal Motorsport was created and opened, where Tom rewired critical components like the fuel pump and ignition, addressing a wiring problem that was destroying ring gears with the starter motor.
So I'm currently working on the 944. Trying to diagnose why it won't start. I've been fighting with a fuel pump issue, which I've resolved by basically hot wiring it into the car on this fuse switch in there. You can see that. And it's tricky diagnosing a car, obviously, that has been put together by somebody else, but it's on an ME221 ECU.
The 944 is now away getting tuned on a rolling road. The team hopes to have it back by July, ready for some testing before a Kalmall Porsche trophy race at Snetterton in August, the very track where this saga began 2 years prior. This beauty is Gertie, the team's 1968 Porsche 911. A stunning classic, it joined the team in November of 2021. This 2-liter race-prepped 911 made the trip across the pond from Arizona, where it had raced on iconic circuits like Sebring. The team took Gertie to its first test day at the beginning of 2022, but it didn't go smoothly. Going down the Bentley Straight, the 901 gearbox blew up. The team quickly worked on Gertie, fitting a much stronger billet reinforced 901 gearbox to get it back on track. Gertie entered its first race at Donington in September of 2022, but not without problems. Despite a good run in qualifying, the new gearbox mounts failed, leaving the gearbox hanging down and dashing their hopes of finishing the race weekend. This issue was fixed, and a few weeks later, Gertie was back out at Silverstone. The day started well, but as it progressed, Robert noticed the engine temperatures skyrocketing, forcing the team to retire the car early. Back at their garage, the team consulted the engine builders in America, discovering that the car was supposed to run on 118-octane race fuel, not the 102 it had been using. After sending the engine to Richard Chamberlain, it received a complete rebuild and returned to the team at the start of 2024. They wasted no time getting it back on track at Donington Park, where it ran fantastically in qualifying. Despite an early race-off, Gertie performed well, though continuous yellow flags and safety cars prevented the team from truly testing its capabilities. Next up was Silverstone, where the team booked extra testing the day before the race. However, just like 2 years prior, the newly reinforced 901 gearbox blew up on the Wellington Straight, unable to handle the newly refurbished and powerful 2-liter flat-six engine. Gertie is now at Coastal Motorsport with its engine out as the team works to find a strong enough replacement gearbox. With the 901 gearbox out of the question due to its weakness against the powerful engine, the team is considering a 915 gearbox, but it also has its foibles. They are also contemplating a custom gearbox, uprated to handle the torque Gertie is producing. If any viewers have ideas on what could work best, leave a comment below and help the team find the best solution. The team is really hoping to get this car back together this summer to at least get some running before the season is out, as this car is just too nice to leave laying on the garage floor. This is the yellow car, the longest-standing Porsche 911 in the Rock-Up Racing stable. Originally raced by team boss Ray over many seasons in championships like Porsche Club and AMOC Intermark, this 964 Turbo with its 3.6-liter flat-six engine is an absolute beast. After being in storage for a few years, the team decided to get it out and give it a shakedown at Brands Hatch in the spring of 2024. Following some initial engine problems brought on by a faulty sensor, the car was running well. Unfortunately, during one of the test sessions, it locked up at Druid's, sending it into the tire wall. The team got it back to the garage for inspection, and luckily only had to deal with a broken front bumper. The plan now is to fit the new bumper, which has already been delivered, and then focus on developing the car further. This includes working on the suspension and possibly raising the ride height. The yellow car hasn't seen much modification in many years and is due for some upgrades. The work shouldn't take too long to complete, and the team hopes to get it back out for testing in the coming months. The blue car, a 1992 Porsche 964, has been featured in many of Rock Up Racing's videos and is the most highly decorated car in the team's garage. With an impressive 21 race wins, this car feels like an old friend every time Robert takes it on track. Its engine was created in the magical workshop of Richard Chamberlain, earning it the nickname Old Reliable from the team. Over the years, it has seen huge development, with its 380 horsepower 3.8 RSR flat six, 993 GT two front brakes, uprights and steering arms, and 997 RSR cooling system. This car is nothing short of a dialed-in race machine. Having raced in many series, including Aston Martin Owners Club, Porsche Club, and Classic Sports Car Club, to name a few, the blue car has faced and conquered numerous challenges. In recent years, the team has been putting it up against a plethora of V8 race cars in the thrilling race series, Bernie's V8s and Historic Outlaws. This is a huge challenge, but one the team relishes every race day. After a very successful season with Bernie's V8s in 2023, the plan was to retire the blue car for 2024 to give it some much-needed TLC. However, following the unlucky start with Gertie, the 944, and the yellow car, Ray decided to bring this car back into battle. Following a great race weekend at Donington Park in round 3 of Bernie's, the team now looks forward to the next race weekend, Speed Fest at Brands Hatch, Indy. With over 10,000 spectators last year, this race weekend is shaping up to be a highlight of the calendar. With an entry list of 31 cars, all V8s, this is a formidable battle for the 964, one that it will undoubtedly fancy its chances in.